Hey Cubicle Crashers, I'm Lydia Lee and welcome to another episode of Screw the Cubicle TV, where we'll be exploring the freedom-based mindset and how you can create a lifestyle and business that is out of the cubicle and of course on your own terms. So this week I'm going to talk a little bit about 3 ways you can jumpstart your freedom-based career by finding type of work that you could do for a living when you finally muster up the courage to leave your 9 to 5. Freedom-based career number 1, start a business. This is my favorite way of obtaining full freedom at its finest because you get to be in control, you get to be the creator of your work. And this is huge for people who really deep down know that they're meant to be entrepreneurs or business owners. So nowadays in the world that we live in, using technology is huge for business now. I haven't seen a client in years in the sense of a real life private client unless I do workshops or retreats in Asia. But most of my clients are actually, in the first world while I'm in Bali right now. And you can think about mobile business ideas with already an existing skill or existing way of helping that you're already doing right now in real life. So maybe you could be a service-based person, which is basically people like me, coaches, consultants, instructors, teachers, whatever that you can do that's kind of service-based and people-based. You can actually trade your expertise of what you can help with and create that online-based business. And of course, if you're more product-based, so these are for people who don't want to work for people one-on-one, but they're creatives at heart. They want to create products, or they want to create systems that can be online to be able to help other people. So if you are a great teacher, for example, and a great graphic designer, or can take up a course to create e-courses, this could be a route that you can go as well to create more products that are going to be leveraged without you being there. And maybe your skill sets would be a better fit for a product-based online business as well. Unlike traditional brick and mortar businesses, the online-based businesses or mobile business can come with you as long as you have a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. I mean, this has never existed before, and why aren't we taking more advantage of this? So if you want to jump on the train to really be gaining full freedom at its finest and being able to travel, explore, kind of bring yourself or your family anywhere around the world, this is really the place to do it. And technology really supports that kind of lifestyle at this point. So it's your job to figure out what types of skills that you want to use and the strengths that you can lead from that creates value for other people that can be turned into a business idea that can be ran online or mobile based. So take a look at what other people are doing just to get some inspiration. Who's out there doing something that you love? Maybe you're already following their blog or following them on Twitter, and take a bit of a sleuthing exercise and wander in their Work With Me page and see what types of things they're offering. Are they selling products? Are they selling their services? What does that look like? Could you see yourself doing a type of business like that, just to get the creative juices flowing for yourself. And if you're having trouble doing it on your own, of course, this is something that I can help you with. So if you jump on my website and go to screwthecubicle.com/Genius Zone Jumpstart, you'll be able to work with me to find out where we can encompass your best way to work and your best skills to form a great business idea to run online. Freedom-based career number 2, freelance or contract out your expertise. Not interested in having your own business, but still want freedom in the way that you want to work? Or maybe that you're in the verge of building a business and you need some income to sustain you as you transition to the full-time business. Either way, this option is probably a great thing for you. If you think about your resume and your work experience, if you've ever been paid and hired before, then you've been good enough. You've been good enough to perform some tasks and jobs that you've been good at. And so then you're good enough to outsource yourself. So nowadays, a lot of companies love outsourcing a lot of contract work for people because it costs a lot less money for them to not have full-time employees and pay for medical insurance and equipment and all that stuff. And you get to actually work from home or work from wherever that you please as long as the job gets done. So there's a lot of websites out there that supports this type of relationship between company and contractor or freelancer. So if you jump to my blog post that is on the link for this video, and actually I will give you some of the top sites to go to start kind of creating accounts and seeing what's out there, what are the pay structures like, and maybe start applying for things that you can interview for just to see if you can get them. You can get that interview. So there's lots of jobs out there that require remote working staff. And if this is a little bit of a safer route for you to go and utilizing things you already know, this might be a good option for you. And here's a tip when you are thinking about freelancing or contracting yourself out, is to set boundaries on the work that you actually want to do. So even if it's not your own business and you're working still for someone else but on a remote based, you still want to know what types of tasks are you willing to do. So you don't want to have this like drudgery every time you get a, hey, you've been selected for an interview, to go, oh God, I really don't want to even want to do that job. Then it just becomes really not that fun for you and you just might as well not quit your job. So all these skills that you have in your resume, you know, if you don't think about it as a job title, but actually look at the details of the jobs that you've done, in each role, you've really excelled or really enjoyed pieces of that work. So figure out what those pieces of those work, the work is for you. So if you love to write but hate editing, don't say you're a writer and an editor. You know, get specific on the boundaries of work that you really enjoy doing. And then that way it's just going to make the whole experience more enjoyable for you. And it kind of targets you a little bit more. It focuses on your best strength, and the person or company that actually needs that particular skill will know that that's what you specialize in. And that will be a lot easier for you to work with. Freedom-based career number 3, find full-time virtual or remote gigs. This third option is for you if you are still needing a bit of courage to really do your own thing and want a bit more security in the way that you make a living. So if you are not ready for running your own business or having heart palpitations even in the idea of freelance work, then this option might be a better one for you. So this full-time remote gig option is a little bit different than freelancing or contracting yourself out. So the previous option that I talked about is you're still independent, you're still doing kind of per project basis, or you're contracting yourself out for a short amount of time. You might have multiple people or businesses that you're working with, but you still in a way own your own time. So you get to pick and choose which gigs you want and what contracts that you might want to take on for the other option. Now this particular option is that you're still actually working under a company, except that this is, they're allowing you to be remote. They're allowing you to work from anywhere as long as you get the job done. So you're still in a way an employee, but that might be actually something that you're looking for if you really want a bit more of a structured setting still for yourself. You're needing some consistent income to be able to work on something else on the side. This might be a good alternative for you. So as I mentioned before, you know, world is changing, work is changing, and a lot of companies are being more savvy about how they work and allowing this to happen, and they save money on that too, right? They save money on electricity, office space, and all the things that includes a traditional office space. And they're finding that people are happier when they're left on to do things on their own. And as long as they are good people that are accountable with their time and accountable with their work, they're actually more productive. So there's lots of companies out there that are actually hiring people just like that, and you will still have structure and you'll still have some security in your paychecks and your environment. And if you go to the link for this blog post on my website that'll be given to you at the end of this video, you'll be able to also get my top links of how to find full-time remote gigs that might be right up your alley, that's in your industry already. So the last thing I want to say is that, you know, we only know what we know. So if you've been in an environment that is quite traditional, 9 to 5, which is most of us actually, you only know what you know in that confine of that environment. So you really need to be mindful about doing the legwork to find out and research about other ways to make a living and other ways to escape your cubicle, not just from only talking to the people that are in a cubicle itself. So you need to be surrounding yourself with other people who have made the leap or are looking to make the leap, because there's more resources to share with each other, and you'll be able to support each other through that journey. Because that's what we're afraid of usually, is doing this alone, or that we feel that it'll be a lonely road and we're gonna miss that water cooler talk. And for sure that happens, but you don't have to do it alone. And that's why I started my Facebook group, which is free of charge. And of course, I'm there facilitating it, and you'll meet other people who are either escaped the cubicle or are in transition to escape it for themselves as well. And you can join that if you're on Facebook, which is facebook.com/groups and /the unconventionalists. And I'll put the link as well in the video. So thank you again for joining me on this episode of the Screw the Cubicle TV show. And as usual, please comment and let me know how I can help, and I'll be happy to guide you along the way. Until next time. Hey, thank you so very much for watching Screw the Cubicle TV, and don't forget to subscribe below to get all the latest cubicle crashing content on how to quit your 9 to 5 and create a life and business on your own terms.